This is the retake video for the third section on the current choice board, which is covering multiplying and dividing integers. If you remember from the last video, we talked about how positive numbers are weak and scrawny, a lot like Mr. Evans, and then negative numbers are big and strong and powerful, a lot like Mr. Schmidt. That brought us to the chart here, where we decided that positive times a positive or a positive divided by a positive gives us a positive answer. Gotta have the pen, there we go. Positive times a negative, the negative is going to win in either direction. So one negative and one positive means a negative answer. And then if two negatives fight, as Dakota likes to say, they body slam, beat each other up, turn into a positive answer. So when we're dealing with problems like 8 times negative 9, it was always important to remember that the negative times the positive gives us a negative answer. Therefore, we can simply ignore the negative until the end of the problem. So this becomes negative and then 8 times 9. 8 times 9 is equal to 72. So our answer would be a negative 72. In the problem, negative 7 times negative 6, a negative times another negative is going to give us a positive answer, and 7 times 6 is 42, so this gives us an answer of positive 42. So with the positive times the negatives or anything like that, it's important to think about the negatives first, then do the simple arithmetic and work from there. So when we're dealing with 48 times 4, or divided by 4, sorry, we know that 40 divided by 4 is equal to 10. So 44 divided by 4 would be equal to 11. 48 divided by 4 is then going to be equal to 12. But since this is a positive divided by a negative, our answer would be negative 12. For the problem below, negative 72 divided by 9, this is still going to be a negative answer, but 72 divided by 9 is now 8, so our answer will be negative 8. As we start moving into some of the longer problems, like negative 492 divided by 12, the process is going to stay pretty similar. We know that a negative times or divided by a positive will give us a negative answer. So we're simply going to do 492 divided by 12 as long division and then go from there. So if we're going to do 492 divided by 12 using long division, we write it out like this. We know that we are looking at the 49 tens first, and the question is how many times can 12 be, or what number times 12 is going to be as close to our target as possible. Well, I know that 12 times 4 is going to give us 48. So in this problem, that would give us 480 if we did 12 times 40. So if we have 492 minus 480, that means we are going to have 12 left over for the ones place. Well, 12 times 1 is going to be equal to 12, and that gives us a remainder of 0. Therefore, 492 divided by 12 is going to be equal to 41. But we decided this is going to be a negative answer, so we will get negative 41 as the answer. For the problem below, 13 times negative 12, we know that this is going to give us a negative answer. You can multiply 13 times 12 a few different ways, but I think the most often is going to be multiplying vertically. So then we do 3 times 2 in the ones place, and that gives us 6. We then take this 2 and multiply it times this 10, which gives us 20. So 2 times 13 is 26. That makes sense. We're done working with the 2, so now we've moved to the tens place. So I'm going to add a 0 in that ones place below the 6. Then I have 10 times 3 is going to give us 30. And then we have 10 times 10 gives us 100. So 10 times 13 is 130. So then we add these two answers together, which gives us a total answer of 156. Therefore, 13 times negative 12 is going to be negative 156. Our final two problems are here. The video is going to ask you to do them first, and then I will see if your answer matches mine. Since you've worked through these problems already, I'm going to go a little bit quicker here. We know that negative 529 divided by 23 will give us a negative answer. So we're going to do long division for the rest of this problem. So if I'm looking for 23 times what is as close to 52 as possible, I know that it's going to give us 2 tens, or 20. So if I do that, 20 times 23 gives us 460. So I subtract to see what's left over, which is 69. So 23 times 3 is going to be equal to 69. Once again, no remainder. So that means our answer of negative 529 divided by 23 is equal to negative 23. For the bottom problem, I know that 21 times 3 is equal to 63. But so therefore 21 times 30 has to be equal to 630. I know a positive times a negative is equal to a negative. Therefore, our answer is negative 630. So make sure you let me know your score. If you have any questions, as always, make sure you let me know.